Podcast world, what's good, family? You already know the name, man. Pays and Plays podcast here. Football is back, baby. NFL Week 1. Happy Labor Day as well. Hope you guys had a great Labor Day holiday. Hope everything was all good. Year 3 in this thing, so you know Labor Day weekend. Labor Day, I always drop the first video for Week 1 to get into the season. Last 2 years, best bets overall has been over 60%. You can watch the videos. If you think I'm making it up, whatever, bro. Things are going to change with this channel, and I'll talk about that towards the end. But anyway, let's get right into it though. We got Thursday night football, ring ceremony. We got the Dallas Cowgirls versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles minus 7.5 point favorites. Give me the Eagles to win the cover. Okay. Divisional games, I understand it, but I think this is more on motivation on Philly end. Do they want to blow the shit out of the fucking Cowboys at this point? Yeah, Michael Parsons is in there. We get it. But this is the thing that I do wonder when it comes to the Cowboys is they got a new head coach. So that means there has to be new energy flowing around that atmosphere, new energy flowing around that locker room, new thoughts, no conservative old ass thoughts. That's what I think. And they may pull a rabbit out their ass. They got two receivers. CeeDee Lamb has some help. And if I'm looking at it, if I'm Dallas, I'm exploiting that CB2 spot. Okay. Cooper DeJean now is going to be at safety. So I'm looking to try to exploit that side. I don't know what they're going to do defensively against Philly. I have no idea. And I would have nightmares trying to prepare for Philly. But I really don't know. I just think it's all off vibes to a degree in this situation. So I'm going to go with Philly to cover the 7.5. Next game, this is the Brazil game. We have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Chargers. Chargers +3. I got Chiefs to win the cover. However, though, I'm going to stay away from the spread and just take the Chiefs on the money line if you feel anything. Harbaugh did cover both games last season. I know we're talking about last season, but Harbaugh is a competitive coach. He gave the Chiefs problems. I don't know how this is going to turn out with it being a Brazil game. So you know these type of games are going to be crazier just by default. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win and cover. But I do think the money line is a better option. Next game, we got the New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. Commanders 6.5 point favorites. Giants to cover, Commanders to win. And at this point, about a month ago, this spread was 7.5. If I know what I know now with the Giants, I would have been took that spread. Yes, you guys know how I feel about Brian Daboll as an offensive mind. I don't think I need to repeat it no more at this point. But I think this defense actually is kind of interesting. I mean, I do think Abdul Carr can make an instant impact instantly. Kayvon Thibodeau, I know we talk about Hutch, but I mean, it's Hutch and Kayvon when it comes to that class. I don't really consider Trayvon Walker as the number 2 guy at all. Thibodeau's going to make noise. This Giants defense is going to be competitive. And when I look at this Commander side, okay, you got Deebo Samuel, but is Deebo intimidate me as a receiver, or are you only talk about him as an RPO type run style player? I need you to pick one because as a receiver, I don't think he's that relevant to me. Now you got an offensive line that is somewhat better, but you're relying on Laremy Tunsil, and Tunsil has a lot of pre snap penalties. So now you have to think about that in consideration as well. I know Washington was this team that everyone loved because they were a coming out of nowhere type team, but now you're known. So once you become the hunter, now you're the hunted. So we're gonna see the situation. I don't like the Russ Wilson quarterback spot for the Giants. Now that I don't like, but I mean 6.5 we're talking about, and don't not let this be 7 again. If this becomes 7, you might see me hopping on Giants +7. Just letting y'all know that right now. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets. Jets +2.5 point underdogs. This game, I just advise people to stay the hell away. There's going to be two games on the slate, but this is one of the games where I tell you to stay away. Don't even pick a side. Don't even pick a total. I'm not touching that. I think the Jets defensively will still continue to be good. You know, you got Aaron Glenn there, so you still have that good defensive mind as a head coach. It's the offense that I do wonder for the Jets. You know, you got a whole new, to a degree, you do have a whole new offensive line because you got another first round pick tackle. So the last 2 years, you had two first round pick tackles. You brought Tyron Smith in. I'm trying to figure out what you guys are trying to do on the offensive line side. I don't have to worry about the skill position players, but Justin Fields. He's already battling a dislocated toe already. So you got to wonder how much impact is that going to be. That's the Jets side. You go to Pittsburgh side, Aaron Rodgers didn't take one snap in preseason when damn near every quarterback that starts for this NFL has started at least once in the preseason. He didn't. And that's a red flag when you're already talking about this is my last year and blase blase, but you're not even out there, bro, to at least create continuity with your team. Now, yes, I do think the Steelers' offensive line is somewhat better than the Jets' offensive line he had. But when you still got to worry about Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald and Quentin Williams, you're not that comfortable, buddy. I think he understands that. So, gun to my head, bro, I would take Steelers to win on the money line. I don't know about -2.5. This line has went from 2.5, 3, so it's fluctuating between those key numbers. Just letting y'all know that now. Next game, we got the Miami Dolphins traveling to Indianapolis, take on the Colts. Colts plus 1.5 point favorites. Give me the Miami Dolphins, bro. It's just it's no way I could trust Daniel Jones as a fucking favorite. It's just no way in any form can I trust that. This guy will, bro. I don't know what's going on with this guy, bro. I don't know what's going on with the Colts when it comes to the quarterback spot. They just have not been able to figure out since Andrew Luck, and it still shows. But this offensive line is, let's be real, it's mid. We still talk about Quilton Nelson like it was 2019, bro. This offensive line is mid. You lost your best center. You lost a right tackle. And I know with Miami, yes, I know Tua is a fucking hit away from being concussed. But to be honest with you, at this point, that's every player. It's football. It's a physical sport. And the way I look at it, he's going to get that ball out quickly. My question is, who's going to stop Jalen Waddle on the slant? Who's going to stop Tyreek Hill? I know he's battling an oblique injury and he will play. And if you think he's just fast, his route running is actually pretty good too. So I'm wondering who's going to handle that. Okay, those two receivers alone. HN is supposed to be playing, and then you still got Ollie Gordon, who's a rookie, but with this scheme, this running scheme, this zone blocking scheme, I don't see it being an issue for him. And I know people would say, well, the Dolphins secondary, they don't look that good. But hear me out on this. I know the Colts receivers, well, Downs to me, I think is the best receiver. But when you have Chop Robinson, you got Bradley Chubb, you got Jalen Phillips, and then they got a guy from Michigan, the second tackle besides Mason Graham in the first round. So you got four guys who can get after the passer, who can help stop the run too. That does help your defense when you have a shitty to mid-tier secondary. So I'm going with the Dolphins to win and cover. It's a borderline best bet, but remember why I say it's borderline because look what we're dealing with. Next game, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, Battle of Ohio. They're traveling to Cleveland, take on the Browns. Some books +6, some books +5.5. This number is kind of moving. However, give me the Browns to cover, Bengals to win. This Bengal offensive line is still dog shit. And I mean, now you talk about preseason. This is a team that offensive unit, everyone started, and Burrow was still running for his life in preseason. How is that going to change when you got to worry about Myles Garrett? And if you double team Myles Garrett, they got Mason Graham coming for you too. And Mason Graham has been a dog. If you guys like long shots for defensive rookie of the year, Mason Graham was about plus 1,500 to plus 1,600 in some books. Oh, that is value because everyone thinks Abdul Carter is going to win it. But back to this game, that's what's going to cause a ruckus. I believe this Cleveland defense is going to be back to what they used to be, and that's why this game is going to be close. And Flacco, who knows, bro? He may just throw one beautiful bomb to Judy, and who knows, bro? As long as the defense plays good, they may mess around and win this game. I'm taking Browns to cover. I might sprinkle a little bit on the money line because for some reason, when it comes to the Bengals, they just do not prepare for week one. And the Browns have had their number since, Stefanski has been there. So don't sleep on the Browns, all right? Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals visiting New Orleans, Magnolia to take on the Saints. Saints plus 5.5, some books plus 6.5. I'm gonna go Cardinals to win and cover. I wouldn't touch this number because this number is so huge to be Arizona. I like what Gannon as a coach has done. I like the moves they made on defense. I think they had a pretty good drive. The Saints on the other side, I know people are going to talk about the quarterback spot, right? And I know Spencer Rattler being a starting quarterback, I don't think it'll work out. But I'm looking more into this defense. This defense is old, is aged, overpaid, can barely play. There's a reason why Honey Badger dipped. I mean, it makes sense at this point. That's my more concern for the first year of this team is going to be the defense. I don't know who the hell is stopping who. I like Cameron Jordan, but like he should have retired maybe about 3, 4 years ago. That's just my unpopular opinion. And it's a caution on this game because I have a feeling that everybody's going to take this game because they think the Saints aren't going to be good. Everybody, like all I've been hearing with other people, bro, is Cardinals, Cardinals, easy, Cardinals, Cardinals. I don't think it's that easy when you got to go to the Bayou State. You still got to go to that Superdome, and you're a 6.5 point favorite, and you were one of the top 10 worst teams in the NFL. That's just keep that in mind, okay? Just keep that in mind. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting Atlanta, take on the Falcons. Falcons plus 2.5 point underdogs. Give me the Bucks to win and cover. Not a lot of science to it, bro, but I just think the Buccaneers, if they can go all in and stop the run, I think it'll be a little easier for them to defend the pass. But yeah, they can't stop a pass worth shit. Bro, their secondary isn't that good either. I'm just gonna be honest about Tampa, but I don't like Raheem Morris. I think when Raheem Morris isn't head coach worthy, and no, I'm not trying to knock down black coaches in the NFL as head coaches, but he's just not a good coach and a head coach, bro. We've seen this already with Tampa Bay. It's a matter of time before we see it again with Atlanta. I don't trust Penix still because I mean I haven't seen much, bro. I've seen maybe 5 games from him. So if anything, I really don't know. I think there's more uncertainty in this game. My blind initial thought, if I had to take a bet, I would lean towards the over. I do think points will be scored on both sides. Next game, we got the Las Vegas Raiders visiting Foxborough, take on the Patriots. Patriots plus 2.5 point favorites. Make this the best bet for me. Make the Patriots minus 2.5. I loved it. I don't like it at -3 like it was forever, but -2.5, I will take it. Even with Mike Variable, both teams have two totally new head coaches, but Drake May is that guy. He makes plays. I mean, the guy had no offensive line, nobody blocking for him. He was still making miracle plays after miracle plays. With some help now, with Travion Henderson in the backfield, Will Campbell, he is a rookie at tackle, yes. It is actually, by the way, a little alarming when he said, I didn't realize some of the bad teams had Pro Bowlers. I think he's just not. Also, I don't think that's too much of a bad thing. I think he just realizes that he thought, oh, this is a bad team. You know how that mindset is, bro. But you can't think that way, buddy. You are in the pros now. I don't think he has to match up that much against Max Crosby. I think that's more on the right tackle spot. And even then, that right tackle spot's a little bit of a question mark. But I just see this, which team has the better defense? I think the Patriots would have a better defensive plan with Vrabel. And I'm gonna go with that. That being home field too, you all the way over to Foxborough. I know Pete Carroll's a good coach on the East Coast time, but first game, I got this as a best bet. Patriots -2.5. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, pass the run around, all of that, man. Trust me, this is going to be a thing every week by week if you've been fucking with this channel. If you new, like I said, welcome, salute. We're gonna get this money out here. You know how it go. All right, next game. Next game. We got, okay, I see it. We got the Battle of the Cats. We got the Carolina Panthers traveling to Duval County to face the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars 2.5 point favorites. Jaguars to win and cover. But I think the best bet is going to be the over 46.5. Carolina defense, I don't know who they're stopping. Jacksonville's going to score some points. And the way that I realize Carolina regiment is, in order for them to win, they got to jack up almost 20 something to 30 something points. I could see it being a shootout both ways. But I do also like Brian Thomas anytime touchdown. I think that's a great sneaky play. And if you want to look at the Carolina Panthers side, how about let's look at Chuba Hubbard over his rushing attempts. You know they love running ball with Chuba, and Chuba is a kettle as a running back. So I think those will be the two good plays, other than the over 46.5. It's been 46.5 all this offseason, it still is. So I can see it being roughly if it becomes a shootout, I can see it being a 27-24 game, and there you go, right? You got 51. Next game, we got the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. Packers 2.5 point favorites now. This is my team. You know that I'm a Packer fan, bro, even though I'm from Detroit, but I'm not picking a side. What I'm gonna say is whoever wins this game, I think it's all three. I think it's a game-winning field goal. I don't think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. There will be points scored, but if you're in the Green Bay side, you're thinking about Jordan Love. He just freshly came out of having thumb surgery about a few weeks ago. I question how much are you going to have him throw. I would better off hand it off to Jacobs, let him do his thing, and if it's second and manageable, third and manageable, I can see him making a play here and there. Jordan Love. With the Lions, the two new coordinators obviously has been a storyline. I don't think offensively they will lose a step. Defensively is where I'm questioning. How they're going to do some of the play calls is what I'm wondering. I'm not wondering about the personnel. It's just all about the scheme. And that's the only thing that I do wonder about this Lions team on the defensive side is Calvin Shepard going to have a great defensive plan for this Packers team? And that's just really all it is to me at this point. So with that being said, even with Michael Parsons being on the Packers finally have a pass rush. Well, on paper, we'll have to see it, but this is going to be a close competitive game. I don't think the game goes over the total. I think last time I saw it was at 48.5. I don't think it goes over the total. I think it just goes under the total. But however, whoever wins this game by a game-winning field goal. Game-winning field goal. That's my prediction on that one. Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks plus 2.5 point underdogs. I took the 49ers weeks ago at -1.5. So I guess you could say this is the best bet for me. I don't know about the 2.5 though. The money line is at -135. I would be okay with you guys taking a -135 on the money line. And with the Niners, yes, there's questions, right? No IU playing. Gerard Jennings is complaining about a new contract, which, I mean, at this point, I don't know why. You know, Trent Williams, we know about his injuries and the situation and how old he is at this point. We know about all of that. But Robert Saleh coming back, he's going to help that defensive scheme. I see that happening. As long as you got Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and CMC and you got Trent Williams on that left tackle side. I see them physical smash mouth football. That's how I see it. And I just don't like Sam Darnold. I can't trust Sam Darnold. You have to ask yourself last year, is it more of the Vikings coaching staff or was it Sam Darnold? It was the coaching staff, bro, because we saw how Sam Darnold had an opportunity to win the playoffs and it just didn't work out. I also think he does not last as a starter the whole season. There's a reason why Milroe got drafted. So everyone's still stuck on LOB. Listen, I'm sorry, Seattle. There's no Richard Sherman coming out there. There's no Earl Thomas and Cam. They're not coming out there, okay? They're retired. They're chilling. This is a new age in Seattle, and I like what they could potentially become. But I just don't know about this offensive line right now, and I don't know about Sam Darnold, bro, because I think he's fucking trash. Just my honest opinion. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos. Broncos -7.5 point favorites. Give me Mile High. Give me the Broncos to win and cover. If there's one coach outside of Belichick that can terrorize a rookie quarterback, it's going to be Sean Payton. This Broncos defense is great. I like Cam Ward. And Cam Ward, by the way, if you thought about it, has maybe been the most quietest #1 overall pick we've heard. I mean, the media talks more about Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel than I ever heard about Cam Ward so far. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know, y'all. But his go-to target is Calvin Ridley. And if you take Surtain and put him on Ridley, to me, that's about 50% of the passes completion right there. Because I already realized this is the #1 guy. I've already seen it. I watch games, so I see what I need to see about it. But give me the Broncos, man. The altitude, I don't really care about the Bo Nix side of it. It's more on the defensive side for the Broncos that I think just shows up. And rookie quarterbacks, week 1 against the spread, just are not good. They don't cover. I don't know what it is, but they just don't cover. Next game, we got the Houston Texans at the LA Rams. Rams -2.5 point favorites. I will go Rams to win and cover, but I'm leaning more towards the 44.5 going under. Many reasons. For one, Stafford with this back injury, I don't know how bad it is, but he's supposed to be playing. But he hasn't had reps most of his all offseason, so that's already a red flag when you got Devontae Adams there too, right? Houston on the other side, I'm looking at the offensive line, restructured, brand new offensive line. I have questions. I mean, I don't know because this offensive line was pretty trash to me last year. So I guess we'll just have to figure that out. But both teams do have good defenses. Texas is a top 5 unit. The Rams is at least about anywhere from top 10 to top 15 unit. I see defenses on both sides making plays to why I think this game stays at under 44.5. If I think the Rams win this game, I could see it being like a 20. I mean, it's 2.5. I could see worst case scenario, a 23-14 type game, and the Rams win, and then the under still covers as well. Next game, Sunday Night Football. We got the Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills. This is a pick 'em in some books, but they got Bills as -1.5 point favorites. I don't care about that. I don't need points. Give me the Ravens to win and cover. This is to me the overall best team I've seen from top to bottom. And I'm not gonna rave about that too much. I'm gonna look at this Bill side. I know about Josh Allen, and I like the contract extension they gave for James Cook. You deserve your money, bro. Salute to you. But this defense is what I have problems with. Where's the pass rush going to come from? Who is going to step up in the secondary? I know about Milano in the linebacker spot, but those two questions that I have, I don't know if they can handle that week 1. And you got that backfield. You got the two Heismans in the backfield. All it takes is one little RPO, And you honestly, if I'm anybody, I'd rather have Lamar Jackson pass it on the RPO instead of running it or giving it off to Henry. I'd rather have him pass it. I mean, and that's the thing you would have to think about because Lamar Jackson is an explosive fast player. And with Derrick Henry, I thought he was going to regress last year. I'll admit, I was the first one to think that, but Baltimore is the fountain of youth when it comes to players, bro, and veterans. And this guy caught another motor, bro. And I just don't know how you gonna handle Henry steaming at you when most motherfuckers are scared to hit people. That's just really my thought is, bro. I don't know. Are you expecting Ed Oliver? He's a hybrid style defensive tackle. Are you expecting him to tackle Derrick Henry? I don't think he can even do that straight up. So this should be an overall good game. I would lean towards the over. I don't even know what the over is. I think it was almost at 50 something. So if it's over 50 something, I might take under on that note. But I'm going with Ravens to win and cover this game. This is the regular season. And when it comes to regular season, big time games, John Harbaugh as coach shows up. And lastly, we got Monday Night Football game. We got the Minnesota Vikings at Chicago Bears. The Bears plus 1.5 point underdogs. Make this a goddamn best bet for me. Give me the Bears to win and cover. Give me the underdog value. This team has been the most, to me, motivated, prepared team during all offseason because Ben Johnson, who was a Lions guy, comes over there. He brings his scheme over. And I mean, he's familiar with the Vikings. The Vikings to me don't have a secondary. They got a great offense. I would talk about the offense all day, but it's that secondary. You got to worry about Cole Kmet. You got to worry about Coaster Loveland now, the tight end from Michigan. They got Luther Burden, DJ Moore, Odunze. You got five weapons. And I'm not even talking about DeAndre Swift, who's been looking very good. I just don't know. This offensive line should be a lot better too. So for Caleb Williams, there's really no excuse for the guy. On the defensive side for the Bears, you can at least name one starter on every level from defensive line to linebacker to the secondary. They have the players. And it is the atmosphere that does help makes this team good. It being in Soldier Field, I feel like Monster and the Midway vibes will be popping, all right? Make sure you guys hit the like button, comment. Who is your best bet for week one? Let's comment. Let's talk. You can go against me. You can fade. Whatever it is, man. And to check out every best bet, every bet that I am placing throughout the weeks. We got NFL, we got NBA, college football, all of that. My Patreon link, I will have that link in the description. You can check that out. Very good pricing, very great pricing. And you guys, my fellas out there, y'all gonna love what it is on there. I promise you. I promise you. All right. As always, guys, let's make this money. Let's be safe out here. And stay tuned for upset alert for week one. Y'all know I'm coming back with that, baby. But as always, let's get this money out here and let's be safe.